Hello mathematicians, today we are going to continue looking at parallelograms. If you recall from last week, a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. It has four sides and it has two pairs of parallel sides. So this top and the bottom, they are parallel to each other, and this left side is parallel to this right side. One other thing that I forgot to mention last week is that the sides that are parallel are also congruent. So I'm just going to make up some numbers here. If this side measures 10 units, this side also measures 10 units. If this side measures 6 units, this side over here also measures 6 units. We also discovered last week that to find the area, you multiply the base by the height. Oftentimes, we will see the height indicated, or all the time, with a dotted line and a right angle. That's telling us that this line is perpendicular to the side that is marked 10. So for this problem, we would use 10 for our base, and this would be our height. It doesn't give us our height, but we would need to figure that out. Okay, what we're doing today is we are working backwards, and we're looking at if we are given the area, and we are also given the height, how do we find the base? Now, we could interchange base and height. So if we were given the area and the base, how do we find the height? So this is working backwards. Now we're going to look at the algebra on the next page, but basically, if we're working backwards, instead of multiplying, we are going to divide. So let's look at a few examples. First example, the parallelogram shown has an area of 144 square inches, and we want to find the missing base. So we want to know what this base is. Now that's the same length as down here. This is also the base. So as always, we find that right angle. That right angle is going to tell us where is the height, where is the base, and if they give us extra information that we don't need, I'm going to cross that out. So we don't need that 12. So our formula, area equals base times height. We know the area is 144. Our base we don't know, times our height is 10. So to solve for the base, like I said in the previous slide, we are going to divide. Divide this side by 10, divide this side by 10. And we get that the base is 144 divided by 10, or 14.4 units. Okay, so it's just a simple division problem when we're finding the base. Next example, the parallelogram shown has an area of 36 4/10 square units. Find the missing height. Okay, this time we're finding the height, but same idea. We look for the right angle. That tells us the height and the base. If this side up here is 7, this side down here is also 7. So the side we don't need is the 6. We write our formula, area equals BH, and then we substitute in. Area is 36.4, base is 7, times the height we don't know. To work backwards to find that height, we divide. Divide by 7, divide by 7. So we do 36.4 divided by 7. And that gives us that the height is 5 2/10 units. Once again, just a simple division problem. We do the area divided by the base, and that's going to give us the height. Last example. Okay, this parallelogram has been turned on its side. Same idea though. If this side over here on the right is 6, this side is also 6. We look for that right angle. That's going to connect the base to the height. And that shows us that we don't need to use that 13. We start with our formula, area equals base times height. The area is 63. The base is 6 times the height we don't know. We're finding the missing height. We divide both sides by 6. And we get that the height is 10.5 units. So the big idea for today, if you're working backwards to find a missing side, we're going to divide. And make sure you are finding that right angle, because that connects your base to your height, and it helps you identify which sides you don't need. That is all for today. Good luck with your assignment. Let me know if you have any questions.